hybrid, productivity, flexibility, engagement, attraction, retention, control, trust top talents.
Hello and welcome to ESCP Edge, the video podcast that brings you sharp insights from ESCP professors working at the cutting edge of business research. My name is Nick Taylor and today I'm joined by Emmanuelle Léon to talk about the future of work.
Thanks for having me. So I'm an associate professor at ESCP Business School in the Paris campus, and since 2019 I'm the scientific director of the Reinventing Work Chair in partnership with BNP Paribas.
We see a lot in the news right now about big companies trying to get their workers back into the office to work full time. And what do you think of this?
I've been researching those topics for about 25 years. There's a lot of news, but the numbers show that there are very few workers that actually have come back to the office. So the percentage of workers which are working hybrid is pretty much the same for the last 2 years. Most researchers, most experts don't believe in a whole back to the office trend for different reasons. The first reason is that companies don't have the space to welcome everyone. And that's one of the issues of Amazon at the moment. The second reason is that if you force people back in the office, you're pretty much telling them that you don't trust them to work remotely. So you're moving into a control and order type of company, and that's definitely not very appealing to the younger generation. On top of that, what we've seen for companies that try to do that is that they lose their top talents, which is definitely not something companies are willing to do at the moment.
What about actual productivity? Are there any hard data, hard figures about the difference in productivity between workers working remotely, hybrid, or in the office all the time?
Yes, there are. Mostly in the US, I have to say, but I don't think it would be very different in Europe. What we've seen so far is that compared to what everybody's saying, there's not much difference between working hybrid and working full-time in the office. It's like 1 or 2% of difference. So it's really, really little. So the major difference is with people who would be working full-time remotely. Then you have a drop in productivity, about 10%. Okay, but let's remember that real estate costs a lot of money. So even if my productivity is going down by 10%, you do have some people who think, well, compared to my cost in real estate, I prefer to lose 10% of productivity and save on real estate. The real question about hybrid work is not about productivity. Even though that shows there's a lot of industrial mindsets in the workplace, it's more about attraction, retention, engagement of people. So when you take away something that they value so much, which is flexibility in different shapes and sizes and forms, you're definitely going to lose people. So one of the issues at the moment is that it's not related to productivity. It's really about attraction and retention of your top talents. It's over. Flexibility is a given. If I take flexibility away from you, you're going to be very unhappy with me. If I give it to you, you're not going to be motivated at work. You're just not going to be complaining about not having flexibility. So somehow what top management sometimes is missing, and that's the good news, is that people's motivation and engagement always rely on the same topics. And it's not flexibility. Flexibility is a necessary condition, but it's not enough.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
It was a fascinating discussion about the future of work. And join us next time on ESCP Edge for more discussions with ESCP professors about the leading edge of business research.